Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching Titans Season 2, Episode 4, Aqualad, which I assume meets this episode. We're going to be seeing Aqualad. Was he one of the original Titans? Because we saw in that flash that Donna had when she walked into the Titans tower. Last episode, we saw a flash of Jason from Pretty Little Liars. The actor's name has flown out of my brain. But we saw a flash of someone that I think could be Aqualad. Or at least he was another member of the team, and I can't remember whether I saw a casting announcement or not about him being Aqualad, or if I'm making that up. But yeah, the last episode had the cliffhanger ending with Jason, so is Aqualad going to come back and try and help them deal with that, because he, I assume, was part of the Desperate thing. I'm really excited, I'm quite scared, and I love the show, so yeah, let's go. I really do think if Jacob wants to try and make Titans into something better, something that is only better for the kids and everything, he needs to be honest with them, but I 100% get why he can't. Is this going to be the flashback episode that I thought last episode was going to be? Oh dear. Oh, so he's obviously a hitman, isn't he? So he's going to take out the two witnesses in that murder trial? One down. I love the music choice. Woo, murder! So much murder. I remember a little dance to the murder. Is he going to kill everyone linked to the case? So thorough. Rest in peace. Does he get one last? He almost had one last drink.
From San Francisco.
Oh dear. Is the whole episode going to be set 5 years ago and we're going to be left with the Jason cliffhanger till next week? Who are you stalking? Is it your target? Or your family? Is this his target or his family?
How many times have I told you?
Oh, is she in are they hiding from him?
Okay.
I want all the answers! Oh dear. Titans!
Stay in the car, kid.
We?
Hmm.
Hey, losers!
All cocky and confident. Yeah, I'd drive away. Unless you want to file a police report.
Watch out!
Think he's had enough of a workout yet?
Aqualad. It is who I thought it was. So is he just going to be in the flashback, or is he going to turn up in the present as well? If we get the present. Or is he going to die in the past? They were all so confident and happy. And they were happy! I wonder if this was the place that felt like home for all of them before it went wrong. So these two are still together.
To our birthday boy. Who managed to...
He's definitely going to die, isn't he?
What is 22 in fish years? Like 90?
Probably necessary.
Did you allow yourself to have a little fun?
Reading is fun.
Free to call him.
I mean, socialising can be fun, especially with people you actually like, with friends.
Okay, I'm coming. Okay.
Cake would win me over.
Lovely.
These people don't know the proper happy birthday song.
No. Come on, I want my Dick Grayson acapella serenade. Let's go, buddy. Let her rip. Let's make it happen.
Well, this is a photo, I guess they had a photo up like this, but I don't think he was in it. I'm very stressed because the episode's called Aqualad, and it's entirely taking place in the past, so I'm feeling like things aren't looking good for Aqualad, unless he's going to turn up in the present. And none of them mentioned needing to call him back as well, when the Dr. Light was around. I'm really enjoying this episode, like seeing the flashback and everything. I'm also very stressed because, are we actually going to get to see what happened?
There was an alert at the mission substation.
And it's very weird seeing these two being a couple, as much as I know they used to be a couple.
No. Don't be Batman.
What's the guy gonna do?
I mean, I feel like she does like him, but also, maybe a guy should take no for an answer. Who is that too? Those people walk past him very slowly. If I saw someone dressed like that, my pace would definitely quicken as I went away.
My destiny.
Don't sound
And I'm
convinced.
ready. Sometimes it's not.
I'll make the arrangements.
Why she chooses never to go back? Is that because of what happened? Or because she actually just chooses never to go back?
Just a safety deposit box.
We're gonna dig and find out who belongs to it.
Gosh, you know, if you're a criminal, you steal more than the one thing you're after to cover your tracks.
Oh my god.
Bubbles hurt your
Some bubbles hurt my tongue.
Yeah.
Find Nemo.
Oh, believe me, I remember.
Hmm.
Your lips
They're really
turning blue.
sweet. He's going to die.
You did that. You brought that clownfish for me.
That was quite a sweet thing, especially for a 12-year-old.
Suspect's name is Dr. Arthur Light.
Oh, his name was actually Dr. Light. I thought it was like a funny name he'd made up. Alter ego.
I thought Bruce made you read the classics.
It wasn't about power, domination, or suppressing my emotions. Bruce didn't have me read it.
Great parenting.
I've been waiting for Donna Troy since I was 12.
So what's a little longer?
Because he's probably gonna die. And you're all gonna stop being happy.
I wasn't liberated to tell you what that was about, which I'm not.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's nothing you don't already know. She's pulling you?
She changed her mind.
Lying's not good. I mean,
I
obviously,
need to go back to the mascara.
it doesn't happen, but... No, it doesn't happen. I'm still feeling, like,
I need to tell
emotional.
Garth.
Me and you? No goodbyes.
Nuclear missiles.
Oh, wonderful. Teaming up. So we know the Titans obviously stopped him because he was in prison for 5 years. But we haven't seen Deathstroke since the beginning, so how does that come into it? Hmm? Good job, Garth. Backup's coming. I'm very stressed because I do feel like he probably dies. But I don't. I would have thought that was against Deathstroke rather than Dr. Light. But you know. Teamwork. I love teamwork. Deathstroke stood around. Like, was his mission to kill the Titans? It's one way to deal with the problems and the tensions you're feeling. Maybe shut the door behind you. You don't live alone. Did she leave? So now there's a never-ending supply of that stuff. What happened here? Because did she go and then come back again? Are they about to be attacked by Deathstroke? Feeling very on edge, waiting for something to happen. He doesn't know she's left, does he?
Amazing. Didn't need to.
Oh,
I mean, after all of these years,
gonna get his heart broken.
you know, I can't believe it.
It's down to him to say. Is he gonna stop her at the, at the airport on the tarmac?
That's what happens when you live for the moment.
Right. Maybe they're the same thing.
Oh, that's very romantic. But I also feel like maybe she should take some time away from him and her destiny, and then.
I love you, Donna Troy, and I always will.
But he's been so heavily featured in this episode. This is either an introductory episode or a oh look he died episode. But I'm enjoying the focus Donna's getting this episode. Oh. Oh my god. I thought something like this might happen. Oh, I've been waiting for something like this to happen. And I didn't think it was going to happen right then. Oh god. So who was the target? Was it the Titans or was it her professor lady? Oh god. Oh Donna. Oh god.
He needs me.
Vengeance is a dangerous path.
But it's all she's got right now. This is when everything stopped being happy and fun and kind of yay team for all of them. It became much more heartbreaking in trying to track down Deathstroke, and then everything gets even worse by the sounds of things, although I don't think any more of them die. I genuinely been expecting like a gunshot out of nowhere all episode. I mean, I didn't think Deathstroke knew where they were, but I was getting stressed because of all the glass windows they had and everything. But I mean, treat about who his target was. If it was the, the Amazons, or if it was the Titans. Oh god, all his birthday stuff was still up. Oh. At least he was happy and he knew she loved him and wanted to be with him.
I'm so sorry.
But hadn't left.
It would have happened eventually.
I don't know what this is about.
found the shooter.
Oh god.
His name is Deathstroke.
We're gonna hunt this fucker down and make him pay.
So they thought they killed him, didn't they? Because they were surprised he was still alive now.
Be Batman.
That was in the trailer, wasn't it? And we thought it was something that was said to him now. But I like that it was something that was said to him then. And that will definitely have been something that led to Dick going down this dark, angry path, you know, be Batman. So he fully gave in to the more kind of aggressive, being Batman, no emotions, I'm going to fight people side. And that's what changed, what part of what triggered his issues last season, I assume. Kind of everything that happened here, and he was kind of like leading this little team, and then everything went wrong, and then he gave into his vengeance dark side, and then he lost control of his vengeance dark side. So this is Slade Wilson's son, Jericho, who dies, right? So they're gonna use him to try and get to his father or something, and that's gonna be what leads to him.
Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah, they're gonna use him to get to Slade, like befriend the son. And that's how he dies. So when Rose finds out about that, he's not going to be too happy either.
UK. All right.
Got a deal.
Oh. Oh. Yep. Going down a dark path to get their vengeance. And that's going to lead to him dying. So that episode was actually really informative and quite brutal. I really enjoyed seeing kind of the 5 of them, but the 4 that we've known for a while now, as a team they were, as their happy kind of carefree selves, when they were confident and cocky and just young and just full of being vigilantes and going for it, and then knowing that something terrible happened because they've not mentioned Aqualad, and I kind of got the feeling he was dead because the episode was called Aqualad, but it could have just been an introductory episode. But then when they all like, oh, Dr. Light's escaped, and they all teamed up, they weren't like, oh, should we call him? They didn't mention him, so I was kind of like, oh god, he died, didn't he? And I was trying to hoping, because I really liked him, that he was still going to be out there, and sadly he was not. And I did spend like 90% of that episode waiting for Deathstroke to appear, and I was thinking maybe he does know about Titan's Tower, and they were by lots of glass, maybe he was going to like shoot through the glass at them or something, but obviously that didn't happen. And yeah, when they were initially at the airport, I was stressed, and then I was kind of like, oh no, stuff's happening, and then, oh god, you just knew what was happening as it was happening, and then it happened, and you couldn't stop it from happening, and it was just very brutal, especially right after that like perfect romantic moment where I was like, oh, and you know, oh, Donna. So yeah, so I really enjoyed, I mean, this is what, one thing is that Titans has done this last season where they leave you on a cliffhanger and then they give you an episode that has nothing to do with anything. They did it last season with the episode where it ended with Corey getting her memories and attacking Rachel. Then we had an entire episode with Hank and Dawn's backstory. This episode, last episode we ended with Jason being in trouble. This episode we got an entire backstory episode of the Titans. Now, like, I loved this episode, but I'm also like, so now I have to wait a week. I was all like, yeah, I don't have to wait at all to find out what happened to Jason. I do still have to wait. But yeah, I really did enjoy this flashback episode. I was kind of hoping we were going to get maybe these flashbacks spread throughout an episode rather than just as a standalone episode. And I wonder if we're going to get a continuation of this at any point to see kind of what happened next with Jericho and everything. I mean, we can piece it together from here. But yeah, so from a character standpoint, obviously we know that we knew Dawn and Dick were together, and then obviously things go very wrong, and I feel like for all of them things start going really wrong from maybe this point onwards. This is when their group, especially when the Titans for them all was something really good and really positive, something where they felt like they were in control of it, but they were the ones, they weren't like just sidekicks, they were kind of being able to do good and to just be, and they were really confident and happy within it. But then when it took this really dark turn and then they themselves walked down a dark path, I think that explains a lot of the problems and they find them in Dick most especially, as I was kind of saying towards the end of the reaction, that, you know, he clearly, we've known that he's never been 100% happy with Batman or with the way Batman does things. I guess that's part of why they founded the Titans in the first place, was wanting to do things a little bit differently and trying to be a little bit different. And you know, when he was talking to Dawn and then she said, oh, don't be Batman, you know, she liked that he wasn't quite as cold, or, I mean, I'm not saying Batman's cold, but you know what I mean, like, he wasn't quite as sort of just do anything for the mission and vengeance and all kind of like Batman-y. He was himself. And then when this dark, terrible thing happened, you know, she said to him, be Batman, and that was what he obviously is going to abandon maybe some of his morals and some of the things that he had previously clung to, and whether or not that's something Bruce would also do, I think probably would in this situation. He goes down even further down the dark path that Bruce, his upbringing, that Bruce gave him had been pushing him down anyway. He kind of fully gives into that a little bit, and that is why then when we meet him in this season, he struggles with everything that happened, and I guess he's the one that's befriending Jericho, and then if Dickens gonna get him killed, I mean, Jericho is an innocent kid, you know, he seems like a really nice guy, unless he's secretly also a supervillain. I don't think he is, you know, if he dies as a result of the Titans getting him involved, or the Titans getting themselves involved with him, then that could explain a lot of the guilt that they're feeling, and a lot of Dick's feeling like he's maybe a monster, and maybe that he's someone who has gone too far down a path that he can't get back from or something. So I mean, I think from that I can really understand a lot more about Dick this episode, a lot more about how he was in season 1 and the struggles he was having. You can kind of see where those came from, even more so than just his childhood, and I think that is just really fascinating. Similarly with Donna, I mean, I still love her relationship with Dick a lot, like their sibling relationship is everything to me. It's one of my favourite relationships in the show, along with the kind of family, siblingy, fatherly relationship that Dick has with Rachel, one of my 2 favourite relationships, and then the whole team was obviously a wonderful relationship. But Donna just, you know, she had all these barriers up and everything because she's always had this Mitch, you know, she's got some time in like the rest of the normal world, and then she's got to go back to Themyscira, but obviously she doesn't, and she's chosen to completely walk away from that life. And I guess maybe, I mean, partly now, like she initially chose not to go back. Initially she wanted to go back to try and avoid her feelings, but then when she gave into them and she was sort of thinking maybe she would have a life with Garth, that was taken from her. And again, she went down with them, led them all down this really dark path that maybe she felt like she wasn't worthy of going back to Themyscira or something. Maybe that's why she never went back. Or, I mean, I know that when we kind of saw her last season, she, I think, had genuinely found a place where she was happy. You know, she'd been through probably the dark process that Dick has been going through while we've known him, of kind of changing her life plan, changing who she thought she was going to be into being someone new, and she was kind of doing okay with that. But then this season she's kind of changed again and she's doing different things. But I thought it was really good to see this real focus of Donna, to kind of see who she was, see how much she fought against giving into that vulnerable feeling, into being in love with someone, and to maybe not having that easy life that's just planned out for you, but be taking a risk. And then the minute she did that, it was taken from her in the most violent way possible, and she'll blame herself because he was there. Now we still don't know, and maybe they don't know, and maybe they do know, I don't know what was happening there, whether Deathstroke was the Titans his mission, was it Garth specifically was his mission, or was it the, whose name I can't remember, the like professor lady, the Amazonian lady who was with Donna, was she the target? Was that why he was there? And so it was her private jet and everything. Was she the person that he was trying to kill? In which case, it's in no way ever Donna's fault. It's entirely just Slade's fault. But you know, who ordered the hit and all that kind of stuff is going to be very interesting. And I wonder how much of that they figured out in the past and how much of that they will figure out now. And yeah, it was just, you know, seeing kind of Hank being quite carefree and happy as well is quite sad, because I assume at this point he didn't have any of his drug problems, and I mean, his concussion risk was still extremely high, but I suppose it's kind of true for all of them, but he already was having the problem from it, but you know, that's fine. And Donna was obviously, Donna and Dawn are quite similar names. And then we have Gar and Garth, so it's kind of in a way almost good that Garth's not around, because I'm being remodelled. Dawn, again, was just sort of very happy and confident, and all of them, I think, take this walk down this darker path, and that has really shaped who they are now, and how they dealt with that walking down the dark path is really interesting. And I mean, next episode I do hope we figure out what's happening with Jason, and we can kind of get a resolution there and make sure that he's okay, and he can maybe start on his character growth, because it is time. But yeah, that was a really good episode. And so yeah, from what we know that Rose said, "Oh, my father killed my brother because he got in with the wrong crowd." Now, we get, I guess last episode, we could all guess last episode, the wrong crowd would be the Titans, but the Titans pursued him as an avenue of information to get to Slade. You know, that is, again, it makes sense from a kind of cold tactician standpoint, if you can use someone's kid to get to them, even just for information, or to kind of be like, oh hey, we've been with your kid, maybe come to, like, you know, kind of be vaguely threatening, but without any intention of actually harming the innocent party. That is something that I could, you know, you can understand them wanting to do. But if it's going to lead to him being killed, I presume by Slade, is he going to be killed by Slade accidentally, like, you know, or is Slade gonna, is he gonna betray Slade to them somehow, and then he's gonna kill him intentionally? I mean, I feel like that's a lot for Rose to find out, and that maybe she's not gonna be quite as happy with all of them, Dick and the older ones especially, when she figures out that they were a part of what happened to her brother. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot, and I'm very excited and scared to see where the season's going to go. And I wasn't expecting an entire flashback episode, and I loved it, and I love that we actually got a lot of answers, and we still have questions, and I still want to know, we still don't know everything, the nitty gritty of what happened with Deathstroke, but we know what started it all, and we know why it's something that affected Donna quite as much as it did, and why actually all of them were so affected by it, especially when they said he had his daughter, was that they all lost a team member. Donna lost her first love, her true love, her only love as far as we know. And now they've got, and then they went and they got involved with one of his kids, and that kid died, and now, you know, Dick's brought in his other kid. You know, you could see why that would be something that would trigger the level of reaction it got from them last episode. Like, obviously the fact that they reacted so strongly last episode kind of gave a hint that something was up there, but seeing exactly kind of the beginnings of it was really interesting. So yeah, this was a fantastic episode. It was really devastating. I'm not looking forward to editing the bit where he gets shot, because that was just really hard to watch the first time, let alone a second time. But yeah, that was a fantastic episode. Thank you for watching.